guys, sorry to interrupt your video. Just a quick plea, subscribe to my channel please. If you haven't done it already, subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe. Thanks. Car batteries. You often get questions coming up about car batteries. Now what I want you to understand is that the questions that are coming up in the theory test questions are old. So you now get two different types of battery. Well, you used to, you probably get one now. You used to get batteries that required maintenance, and you now buy maintenance free batteries. So what the theory test is going on about is something that you probably will never have to do anyway, but because the question comes up, I thought I'd just give you a quick understanding. So I've been to the Avata website here, and they've got an overview which is more technical than I am, so I'm going to give you the highlight. But basically, if you think about a car battery, what you've got is a box filled with water, and you've got loads of plates in there that do a electrochemical process, and they basically take water that's in the middle with lead and sulfuric acid, and basically you go from one state, which is where you've got lead plates on the side and you've got a mixture of sulfuric acid in the middle, and as you discharge a battery, some of the chemical reaction happens, and it basically changes from that state into that state. So you go from a normal charged battery to a discharged battery. Then when you recharge a battery, when it's gone flat, it goes from that state back to that state, and it is the chemical reaction that's going between two that creates the electricity that we then harness. That's basically it. But the point is, it needs to be in water. Right, now we use distilled water. Here we go. You see that here's all your plates that are inside a car battery, and you've got the water that sits over there. Now it needs to be completely clear water, so we use distilled water. You can buy this stuff from Halfords, for instance. I use it for my iron, and you know, like when you're at home, when you take the water from your tap and then you boil it, you get scum and scale, and you've got the hard deposit. If you live in a hard water area, you've got calcium and all sorts of stuff in your water. Well, that would ruin a car battery if you did that. So we use distilled water, and distilled water is basically when you were back at school and we did those boil water, catch the vapor, let it condense back into water. That's distilled water. So when we did that and we boiled it off, we had a residue around the pan, which was all the stuff that was left behind. So it's pure water. Now obviously from ourselves, we don't want to drink that stuff because it hasn't got the nutrient, or it hasn't got all the good stuff that you get from mountainsides in it. So it's no good for drinking. But because it's got all the minerals, that's the word I'm after, because all the minerals have been taken out, it's perfect for a car battery. So you could either make your own, which I highly don't recommend because it takes ages. Just buy a bottle of it from Amazon or Halfords or something. We use distilled water in here, and it enables, because it's clean water, for the chemical reactions to occur. Now obviously the chemical reactions occur over these plates, so over time, because you've had all this changing, what used to happen is the water would evaporate out and the water levels would get below these plates, so of course you're not going to get a full reaction, and so your battery's not going to give you the same amount of electricity or punch that it ever used to do. So we used to have to top these up. So I found a handy little video. I've gone onto YouTube and I've gone to tutorialgenius.com here, and here we've got how to refill a car battery, general maintenance, and I've watched this and it seems to say everything you need to know, so just watch this.
In this video we're going to be topping up a battery and also maintaining it for use in the car. You'll just need some distilled water. This is about 85 cents at Walmart. Make sure it is distilled. You can't use normal water with this because of the extra additives. And a turkey baster or a very small funnel. Okay, with a maintainable battery such as this one, there will be access to the cells inside the battery. This is a 12 volt battery and there's 6 cells. Each cell is responsible for 2 volts. Now you can either remove it with your fingers or a small pry tool, and that will pop the maintenance little cover off there. Inside you can see each cell. Inside here, I just move the battery, you can see the water, electrolyte solution there rippling. Try not to get it in your eyes because you will go blind. Also try and minimize contact with skin. Inside each cell here you will see a metal plate. Ensure the metal plate is covered with solution. You can add distilled water using a turkey baster or a very small funnel, like so. Make sure you don't overfill, and the advantage of using a turkey baster here, you can actually extract the liquid in case you do overfill. When topping up the battery, make sure it's on a level plane, otherwise if it's slanted you will be incorrectly filling, as it will not be straight. Once the metal contacts have been covered, move on to the next set of 3 cells. With both caps now replaced, it's good to make sure these terminals are clean. This stuff is the result of sulfation, which is kind of like corrosion. You can use baking soda and water to get rid of it, or sandpaper, but make sure the terminals and also the terminal clamps are clean. And that's it. That's car battery maintenance. I hope it brings life into your battery and holds a good charge and keeps you on the road.
So that's that. So now you know how to do that. It's worth pointing out that you fill it above the plates. This is quite full, but you want to be above the plates. You need a bit of air gap there because of some of the gases that come off. We need room for those gases to go into. So when the theory test questions are asking you about what should you use to fill it up, is distilled water, and then where should you fill it up to, and it's just above the plates, so you've still got a bit of an air gap above. That's the idea. But do bear in mind that this is all old technology. Now we have maintenance free battery, so you don't even have access to the internals, and you've just got a little light on it that changes depending on how charged it is. So there's like a little window and you look at it and you've got a little green circle in there if it's fully charged or black or whatever. So nowadays it doesn't really matter, so I don't really do anything with my batteries unless it goes flat and I recharge it. But in the olden days we used to top them up and it was distilled water. So I hope that helps with your theory test questions. Cheers guys.